When most of us think about drones, we picture little remote control toys or maybe those cool cameras that filmmakers use. But honestly, that's like comparing a paper airplane to a stealth bomber. There's a quiet revolution happening right over our heads, and it's about to turn our skies into the next great frontier of our daily lives.
And this quote, it just nails it. It perfectly captures the scale of the change we're talking about. That empty space above our heads is about to get very, very busy. And believe me, it's going to transform our world in ways we're only just starting to wrap our heads around.
So let's be really clear about this. The tech we're diving into today is a massive leap. I mean, a whole different beast compared to anything you might have flown in your backyard. We are talking about truly intelligent machines that make their own decisions. See, here's the key shift. The human is no longer a pilot with a joystick. The human becomes a mission commander. You just give the drone a goal, like scan this field or follow that car, and its onboard AI handles the whole complex ballet of flight. This is what makes this power accessible to literally anyone.
And that shift, well, it just blows the doors wide open on what's possible. So let's look at the bright side first. Let's talk about how these flying robots could actually reshape our lives for the better, starting with maybe the most important thing of all.
Right. Before we get into all the cool conveniences or the economic benefits, we've got to talk about the profound impact this tech can have when seconds, literally seconds, are the difference between life and death. Just picture this for a second. Someone has a heart attack, and instead of waiting for an ambulance to fight through traffic, a drone arrives in a couple of minutes and drops a defibrillator right next to them. This isn't science fiction. In a pilot program in Sweden, this exact scenario happened, and a drone helped save a man's life. Or imagine a drone autonomously scanning a collapsed building to find survivors, guiding rescue teams safely. These are the kinds of life or death applications being tested as we speak. And okay, beyond emergency response, the economic implications are just staggering. Autonomous drones are poised to become these incredibly powerful tools for efficiency, for precision, and for safety across huge sectors of our economy. Think about all the jobs that are dangerous, time-consuming, or just require a level of precision that's tough for humans. These drones can do it all. They can monitor crops acre by acre to make our food supply more efficient, make construction sites safer, and finally make things like last-mile package delivery a reality. They can even make that Hollywood-style movie magic accessible to pretty much any creator out there. The impact is gonna be everywhere. Okay, so that's the big picture stuff. But what does this really mean for you, for me? How could a personal autonomous drone actually change your day-to-day life? I mean, think about it. You're driving into a crowded city and you just send your drone ahead to find you an open parking spot. Or you're on a hike and you just tell it, film my hike. And later you get this epic, professionally edited video with angles you could never get yourself. This tech could give a virtual tour of a house to someone 1,000 miles away, or even act as a helpful set of eyes for an elderly relative. It's really about giving us a brand new perspective and turning a really complicated task into a single, simple command. It all sounds incredible, doesn't it? A world of efficiency, safety, and amazing convenience. But, well, every single technological revolution has a dark side, and we absolutely, positively cannot afford to ignore the cost of this one. Because with all this amazing potential, there's a flip side, a shadow, if you will. And it brings up some really serious challenges that could fundamentally threaten not just our safety, but our most basic rights. So what are we really talking about here? It boils down to three huge dilemmas. First, privacy, the potential end of being anonymous in any outdoor space. Second, safety. What happens when these things fail, or worse, get hacked? And third, the sheer chaos of managing millions of these things in the sky at once. Some researchers are calling it an autonomy tragedy of the commons. And this, right here, is the fundamental trade-off. That same amazing technology that lets a drone follow you on a bike trail to get the perfect shot, a malicious actor could use that exact same technology to stalk someone relentlessly. So where do we draw the line between progress and the basic right to be left alone? And let's talk about the scale of this problem, because it's just mind-boggling. Right now, our air traffic control systems manage a few thousand planes on very specific routes. They are completely unprepared for tens of millions of drones making their own decisions, zipping around at treetop level. It is a recipe for gridlock, or much, much worse. And, things will inevitably go wrong. So when an autonomous drone crashes because its AI misidentified something, who's at fault? The owner who gave it the mission? The programmer who wrote the code? The company that built the hardware? Our entire legal system just wasn't designed for these questions, and right now it's struggling to catch up. Okay, so this all seems really complex, maybe even a little daunting. But look, the future isn't set in stone. The challenges are huge for sure, but they are not unsolvable. Not if we act deliberately and thoughtfully, starting right now. Getting this right is going to take a three-pronged attack, really. First, we need smart regulations that can adapt just as fast as the technology does. Second, we need the engineers themselves to build ethics and privacy by design right into the code from day one. And maybe most important of all, we need a broad public conversation, all of us, to decide what kind of future we're actually comfortable with. So in the end, it all boils down to this one massive question. Do we treat these autonomous drones like we treat smartphones? Transformative, everywhere, and pretty loosely regulated? Or do we treat them like automobiles, powerful tools that are heavily licensed and restricted because the stakes of getting it wrong are just too high? The choice we make is going to define our skies for generations to come.